It started with a sensation, a quiet chill brushing the back of my neck, a whisper of doubt I couldn't shake. I'd always seen myself as a trusting husband, someone who believed in loyalty and the promises we made on our wedding day. But over the past several months, things began to shift. Subtly at first, then unmistakably. Lydia, my wife of a decade, began to withdraw. Her laughter no longer reached me. It was reserved for messages on her phone, messages I wasn't allowed to see. She started working late more frequently and seemed suddenly invested in her looks again. She claimed it was about self-confidence, a personal boost. But something about it rang hollow. I tried to dismiss it, to chalk it up to insecurity on my part. Maybe I was just being paranoid. I convinced myself that trust meant looking the other way. But that illusion cracked the night I stumbled across the receipt. It was tucked away in her handbag, folded and half hidden under an old tube of lip balm and a crumbling granola bar. A bill from a fine dining spot in the city, somewhere upscale, intimate, known for candlelit tables and wedding proposals. We had never been there together. When I asked her about it, she fumbled over her explanation, something about a business dinner. Her eyes refused to meet mine, her voice shaky like a school kid caught sneaking out. I didn't argue with her then. I could have erupted, demanded the truth, but something told me to hold back, to observe, to gather evidence. A confrontation without proof would only lead to lies and gaslighting. So I did what any logical man pushed to the edge would do. I became a silent investigator. I started watching how she turned her phone screen away any time I came near. Watching the texts that came through at odd hours. And I noticed a pattern, the same number, over and over. The messages were brief but telling. Can't wait to see you. Missed you today. The name on the screen was Kara. But I knew that wasn't who she was talking to. Kara wouldn't write that way. One evening, while she showered, I unlocked her phone using the code I'd quietly memorized. My hands trembled as I opened her chat history. There it was. A thread with someone named Mark. Mark, with his syrupy compliments and sweet nothings. Mark, who told her she made him feel alive. Who asked, "When's our next lunch?" Lydia's responses gutted me. She missed him. She felt seen, desired, awakened. I almost barged into the bathroom right then. But some part of me, the part still smarting from betrayal, wanted more than just answers. I wanted consequences. I wanted her to feel what I felt. So I waited. The perfect chance came sooner than expected. Lydia had been buzzing about a major client pitch at her firm, some hotshot startup she was excited to land. She'd been prepping for days, nervous but proud. That morning, I kissed her goodbye and wished her luck. She smiled, soft and routine, and I wondered if she'd kissed him the same way. As soon as she left, I moved. I stopped by a florist, then a copy center. By midday, I had everything I needed. I parked outside the office where her presentation was being held. From my vantage point, I watched her command the room, confident, polished in her black dress, the image of success and stability. My jaw tightened. The delivery guy showed up right on schedule. I handed him the box. "Make sure it goes directly to Lydia Thompson," I said. "She's waiting for it." She wasn't. From the car, I watched him walk in and hand her the box. Lydia smiled, probably assuming it was a congratulatory gift. She opened it casually, likely expecting flowers. Instead, she found a collection of printed screenshots, messages between her and Mark, every flirty line, every secret confession. On top of the stack sat a handwritten note. "You're not as smart as you think." Her expression faltered. Her hands shook. The boardroom fell silent. The men in suits exchanged awkward glances. Lydia tried to recover, to explain, but nothing worked. The damage was done. And Mark. I knew everything about him too. He wasn't just a co-worker. He had a wife. 2 kids. I tracked down his address, his social profiles, even the elementary school his children attended. I considered exposing him publicly, dragging his whole family into it, but ultimately decided on a more personal touch. After the presentation debacle, Lydia went to a nearby cafe. It was their usual spot. I'd seen it in their messages. I arrived first, tucked into a quiet corner. She entered, tense and distracted, then Mark joined her. They spoke in low tones, Lydia visibly distressed. That's when I made my move. Mark, right? I said, stepping up to their table. His head snapped up. In a blink, confusion gave way to dread. Lydia's face drained of color. David, please, she whispered. Let's talk at home. Oh, we'll talk, I replied, brushing off her hand. But first, Mark here has some explaining to do. I dropped a pile of photos onto the table, images of the two of them entering hotels, laughing in his car, slipping out of bars. I'm the husband, I said. The one you've both been lying to while you played house. Mark opened his mouth, but nothing came out. Lydia sobbed. I already sent copies of these to your wife, Mark. And to HR, I added. They deserve to know. You can't do that, he stammered. You'll destroy my life. You already did that, I shot back. You both did. What, did you think there wouldn't be fallout? Mark stared at the table. Lydia wept into her hands. I turned to leave, but paused long enough for one final blow. And Lydia? I said, looking over my shoulder. Don't bother coming home. The locks are changed. Your belongings are in storage. I've already contacted a lawyer. Good luck telling your parents. Her sobs trailed behind me, but I never turned around. For the first time in ages, I felt weightless. In the weeks that followed, she tried to reach me. Apologies. Explanations. Desperate promises. I ignored them all. Mark's wife filed for divorce. HR fired him after reviewing the evidence. As for me, I focused on rebuilding, piece by piece. It wasn't easy, but it was mine. Lydia and Mark made their choices. Now they had to live with the consequences. And me. I finally got to live, truly live, with mine.